Coming up on NonStop Local at 4, we continue to follow developments into the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We'll bring you the very latest coming up. Plus, today marks 24 years since the attacks of September 11th. Towns across the region are marking the date. And a little bit later on, it's Patent Thursday. Some exciting next big things to show you on NonStop Local at 4. But we begin this half hour with the manhunt continuing for the person who murdered conservative activist Charlie Kirk during an event on the Utah Valley University campus on Wednesday. While the FBI says it's recovered what is believed to be the gun used, along with, quote, good evidence, the suspected gunman remains at large.
The FBI releasing photos of a person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk.
We will not stand for what happened yesterday. We are exhausting every lead.
Wednesday's deadly shooting happened while the Trump ally and conservative activist was speaking to a large crowd on the campus of Utah Valley University.
We didn't know that this was a single shot event. There's been so many mass shootings. Like, that was what was going through my head, is what's going to happen next after that shot.
The 31-year-old Kirk was rushed to the hospital where he later died.
Knowing that they are doing everything that they can to find the person responsible is reassuring.
Cell phone video from the event shows what appears to be an individual in dark clothing on a rooftop of one of the school's buildings. Investigators saying they have surveillance video showing the suspected gunman.
We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location.
After firing the deadly shot, investigators say the gunman jumped off the building and fled into a nearby neighborhood.
We have recovered what we believe is the weapon that was used in yesterday's shooting. It is a high-powered bolt-action rifle.
The FBI is analyzing the weapon, including, according to CNN sources, cultural phrases written on the rifle and ammunition. In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Continuing coverage now, around 5 months or so ago, Kirk held one of his events on the campus of WSU, an event that saw protests, but for the most part remained civil and peaceful. We talked with WSU Police Chief Don Daniels earlier today, who said while there are factors you can't 100% control, there's a lot of collaboration that happens before, during, and after an event like that to make sure everyone is safe. That collaboration includes regional law enforcement, student groups, and other universities who have held similar events, and collaborating with those who are also putting on the event.
So we'll work with them on the setup of the event and how they're going to come in and if they have any kind of egress needs. We'll talk about issues that they've had on other campuses or other venues, things that they've heard, and any problems that they've had, so that we can make sure that we're sharing that information back and forth, not only with them, but also with other local entities that we have that we work with closely.
And Chief Daniels said to her knowledge, WSU did not hear from Utah Valley University prior to their event on Wednesday. We're following a developing situation here. The U.S. Naval Academy on lockdown. Pulse anchor Bradley Warren following this for us. Bradley, what do you know?
Corey, I got a chopper shot. We'll go right to it right now. We're tracking heavy police presence outside the Naval Academy in Annapolis. This is shot right now live in real time. We're watching a heavy police presence showing us some sort of activity. A statement available right now says the Academy is working in coordination with local law enforcement, currently responding to reports of threats being made to the Naval Academy. The base is on lockdown out of an abundance of caution. This is a developing situation, and we will provide updates as they become available. That's information coming to us from the Academy. Unclear what this state trooper chopper is doing there. This is a Maryland state trooper chopper. There's a pretty heavy police presence, though, on the ground at the Academy. We do know police in Maryland, the NBC official station spoke to them, and they say that they cannot confirm that there's an active threat, but out of an abundance of caution, they are responding right now with heavy force. So we are watching this for you. We'll bring you new updates as it becomes available, but that's where it sits right now. Some sort of disturbance and heavy police presence at the Naval Academy. Corey?
Thank you, Bradley. Bradley following that story and many more throughout the day in the Pulse studio. 5-minute news segments every hour with all the news you need through the website nonstoplocal.com or the NonStop Local app. Here's a live look over downtown Spokane.
Sure is.
I-90. bunch of buildings. It's a
Checking
nice
it
day
out.
outside, Leslie.
It is a nice day out there. Corey, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I'm here.
Okay, well,
So,
we're
yeah.
glad you're here. Let's get a look at that weather forecast. It has actually been pretty beautiful out there. Again, live look over Spokane, where temperatures are currently sitting in the low to mid 80s between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Pullman at 79 degrees, and Chewelah, you're sitting at 87 degrees. Those wind speeds not too bad out there, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour for most. A little bit breezy for some areas over towards north and central Idaho. Having some problems with the computer system, so bear with me here. We'll get to that satellite and radar. You can see satellite and radar showing a few pops of showers up towards central Idaho, headed over towards western Montana. We've got a few pops as well up across those northern mountains. With these cells, don't forget we get the dangerous cloud to ground lightning as well as the heavy downpours in some areas. That means in recent burn scars, this could be a bit problematic as this band continues to roll through tonight. It shifts to the south and to the east of us. So my friends in central Idaho, around Cooksey, as well as Grangeville, Orofino, Kamei, over towards the northeast mountains of Oregon, we've got those showers. Those will continue. Also a little bit hazy, especially around current wildfires. You can see up across the northern mountains that smoke does settle in as we head overnight tonight. Current air quality around Spokane is sitting in the moderate category. We've got a few pockets of unhealthy for sensitive groups up towards the northern panhandle into Creston, BC, and then south of I-90. It looks like for the most part air quality is looking pretty good. As far as overnight lows go tonight, mid-40s up across the northern mountains. We've got 57 tonight in Spokane, 59 in Coeur d'Alene, with those overnight lows tonight in Moses Lake, down through Connell into the Tri-Cities, into the mid to upper 50s and low 60s. Corey, when I see you back here in just a few minutes, we'll get a full look at that weather forecast. We'll get you into the weekend.
Sounds good, Leslie. Thank you very much. In the meantime, One World Trade Center stands today as a monument to the Twin Towers that stood on that ground years before. World Trade Center crumbling after two planes strikes on this day 24 years ago in a terrorist attack. The wreckage of the Twin Towers wasn't sent to landfills. It was repurposed, much of the twisted metal now being used in memorials across the nation. And one of those pieces isn't far from those who call the Inland Northwest home. Jared Cottingham live in Spokane Valley for us. Jared, tell us about the piece on display out there.
Corey, as communities reflect across the nation on the events that happened on September 11th, a piece of history lives here at the Spokane Valley Fire Department, and it's been here since 2011. The 9/11 Artifacts Program, led by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, distributed more than 2,600 items recovered from the World Trade Center. Artifacts included over 1,900 pieces of steel, crushed emergency vehicles, signage, and even parts of the North Tower's antenna. From 2010 to 2016, the items were stored in a hangar at JFK Airport before being shared with communities in all 50 states. More than 1,500 organizations received pieces to create memorials honoring the victims and first responders of the September 11th attacks. Now, what's special here is firefighters here also sealed 2 time capsules in front and behind this steel piece that'll be opened 50 years after it was placed here in 2011. And the next one will be open 100 years after it was placed in 2011. And those time capsules has images, words, and pieces of culture that lives here at the Spokane Valley Fire Department. In Spokane Valley, Jared Cottingham, NonStop Local.
Jared, stay with us here for a moment. I understand you also had a chance to visit a remembrance ceremony in Kootenai County today. What message did you hear out there?
Corey, the message was clear that violence needs to come to an end in our country, whether it was then and now. We heard from Sheriff Norris. We also heard from a keynote speaker who lost both of his legs in a terrible incident back in Iraq. And so as I spoke to members of the Coeur d'Alene community, they all shared with me that no matter our differences, we all just need to end violence in this country.
All right, Jared Cottingham reporting for us. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, another memorial event happening in Kennewick. There, the community came together at the Southridge Sports and Events Complex, which includes a memorial with a steel beam from the World Trade Center, much like the one out there in Spokane Valley. As people reflected on the attacks as well as how America responded in the aftermath. Still to come here on NonStop Local at 4. A beloved pair of bald eagles are in danger of losing access to their preferred habitat. What's being done to support the raptors and maybe how you can help as well.
Oh, that was a cool shot, actually. And this is another cool shot, live look over Spokane. We've got some blue skies out there, still a little bit of haze. We're going to talk about that and get a full look at that weather forecast when we see you back here after the break.